Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lindsay, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys things I'm loving lately. A couple of these are new to me, and some are products I've been using for a while now that I've been really enjoying and I want to share with you guys because they're just that good. Before we get started, if you guys aren't already subscribed, I'd love to have you, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy at any point. But let's get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and start with skincare. I have two products up. First from Coco Kind. Coco Kind was one of the first clean skincare brands I ever tried. They have a very special place in my heart. They're also a great company. First favorite I have to talk about is their Chia facial oil. This was also the first facial oil I ever remember trying. I think I found one at TJ Maxx. It was like different packaging a couple years back, and it's just such a great consistency. If you're not a huge oil person, but you do want something that's a little bit more moisturizing, but it doesn't have that greasy feel, this is the perfect oil for you. It does remind me a little bit of the consistency of the Youth of the People Super Berry Glow Oil, where it's just very light, sinks in immediately. It's great for under makeup. I think no matter your skin type, you would really enjoy this. Super simple. I believe the only ingredient is chia seed oil. I use this mostly at night, but if I do want like a boost in the morning, you can mix a couple drops of this in with a moisturizer or just use it on its own. I think this is a standout product. Next up is a product that I had not tried from them prior to this. It's called their Vitamin C Serum with Sea Grape Caviar. I believe this is one of their newer products. This says it's a concentrated formula for bright, even, and hydrated skin. This is essentially just a vitamin C. I really like the consistency of this. Vitamin C can be one of those things where not all of them work well with other products in my routine. But this one it's sort of like a hyaluronic consistency. It's a little bit bouncy. It doesn't pill up. I can use it in the morning and at night, and I don't have any problems with it. It smells a little bit like oranges, and I haven't been using this long enough to see like a lot of effects. I feel like with a lot of vitamin C products, it takes a couple months to see results, but it does not irritate my skin, and so far I just really love the consistency of this. I also think just vitamin C is a staple in every skincare routine. Next up, I have two products from another one of my recent favorite skincare brands. This is Allies of Skin. I have talked about their hyaluronic serum, their vitamin C, their cleanser is amazing. These two are new to me, and I've been really loving these two. I feel like this brand just makes really effective products. Personally, for my skin, I noticed a lot of results using their products. This is probably my favorite out of the two I'm gonna mention. This is called their Retinol in Peptides Overnight Mask. I've not really ventured into retinol before I started using this, so I was a little bit scared my skin was gonna purge or anything like that, but nothing has happened. It's been perfect so far. This has 13.5% peptides, 9 antioxidants, 5 brighteners, and encapsulated retinolide, I believe. I think it's because it is encapsulated that makes it release slower, so it's not as irritating on sensitive skin. I just like how they always put a ton of like really beneficial ingredients in their products. So it's not just a moisturizer, it's gonna do a lot for your skin and actually help to repair it. So I've been really enjoying this. You can use this nightly. It comes with a little pump, which I love. And it is this bright yellow consistency, feels really lightweight. And you can layer this up with another moisturizer. I usually just use it on its own because in the summer, my skin's a little bit more on the oily side, but if you do need more moisture, you can obviously layer this. And the other product from them is their Peptides and Antioxidants Firming Daily Treatment. I've been using this as my daytime moisturizer. This has 7 brighteners, 9 antioxidants, a 16.5% repair complex, and peptides and testosterone complex. I'm not sure exactly what the repair complex is, but it seems to be working really well for my skin. It just feels nice and simple and non-irritating. I do have more sensitive skin, so something like this is just a staple in my routine. It goes great under makeup. I would say it's more on the light side of a moisturizer. It's not very heavy or like just thick on the skin, so again, a really nice summer product. Moving right along to makeup, let's start with base products. First is a primer from Cover FX. This is their Water Cloud Primer. I've been really enjoying this. This reminds me of the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. I feel like it can be a little bit much on the skin. It's just very sticky at times if you don't use the correct amount. So this reminds me of that. It has the same like gripping feel to it, but it's a lot less sticky and a little bit more moisturizing too. It comes out in like this blue cream, and it is probably like a medium weight feel on the skin. I think you would like this whether you have dry or oily skin. It's not really too emollient or too drying. It's that perfect little in-between primer, and this also has pollution and blue light defense. I'm not a huge fan of primers, but a primer has to really like show results for me to continue to use it, because I feel like it's just an additional layer on the skin. So this one I have been impressed with and just loving lately. The foundation I've been enjoying lately is a foundation I feel like I always overlook every time I pick out a foundation. But when I do try it, I'm so impressed with it. So I just need to like keep it out. So I continue to use this. But I was using this last summer a lot. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Foundation. The shade is also just beautiful for me. This is a Cashmere 06. Which I feel like just blends really nicely when I have a self tan on. This also has mineral sunscreen. It has 3.32%, so not a ton, but it does offer a little bit of additional sun protection. This is a very liquidy consistency and it dries really fast, so I feel like there's a bit of a learning curve in terms of applying it. My trick is I just like to do section by section and use a sponge. I do not like how this looks with a brush, but when I use a sponge with it, it looks so good. It's incredibly lightweight and just smooth on the skin. It doesn't cling to my texture or accentuate any sort of like issues I might have going on, and it wears an incredible amount of time. Like if you're getting like really sweaty or if it's humid out, I definitely recommend this. I remember I wore this and I went on like a really long walk, came back, I was sweating a lot. I'm a pretty sweaty person and it stayed on. It didn't like melt off of my face. So this is a great basic foundation. Not basic and like, it's basic, you know? It's a staple. I have two concealer favorites. They're actually the same formula, just different shades. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Satin Finish. I have tried the regular camo and I definitely prefer this one, even though I'm not particularly like dry skin, so I don't like a super dewy product, but because your under eyes don't produce oil, I feel like something that's a little bit more hydrating always looks better. This is way more forgiving than the original formula. It doesn't sort of like stick on and dry, similar to how like Tarte Shape Tape does. That's just like such a thick, cementy concealer. That sounds bad, but if you guys have tried it, you probably know what I'm talking about. This has a similar amount of coverage, but it's just a lot more smooth and blendable, a little bit more youthful looking under the eyes. This is also really non-irritating on my skin. I've been branching out into other brands and see what products that I like for my skin, and I just really have been enjoying this. I use this every time I do my makeup for the most part, and I can't get enough of it. But because I like the formula of it so much, I also really enjoy the shade Tan Warm. The shade for under my eyes, by the way, is Fair Warm, which I think is a really nice shade. This one is Tan Walnut, which I use to contour. And this is so pigmented, so you literally need like the tiniest little amount of this. I will just dot this around my face and then blend it out. It's also a good tip if you want more coverage in those areas and you don't want like a contour stick or anything to take away that coverage. It's a great little trick that I like to use. Like that tiny amount went so far, so that would be like for both of my cheeks. I think the shade of this is really nice. If you have a skin tone similar to mine, you could use this as a bronzer slash contour. My next favorite is a powder from Cover FX. This is called their Perfect Setting Powder. I use the shade Translucent Light. I did try this powder previously and I don't remember liking it that much, but I couldn't really remember, so I decided to pick it up and try it again because I wanted to try some more talc-free powders and see if anything can compare to my Ilia, which is my favorite. And this one I really like. I think it depends on the amount you use. If I use a little bit, it looks really nice. It can sort of just look a little bit powdery on the skin if I use too much of it, because it is, I feel like it's just like a little bit of a thicker powder. But when I use the right amount, I just absolutely love this. And for that, I'm talking about the under eye. For all over the face, I feel like I can use a lot of it and it just always looks nice. It's not a completely flat matte powder. It has a little bit of just like a healthiness to it. And I feel like you get like a ton of product in here. And then also a great thing is I love how it has a sifter, but it also has this cover on it, if I can open it. So it kind of stops the powder from flying everywhere. Really great design, and I've been using this all the time. Next is a product I literally just tried but had to include it in today's video because I was so impressed with it. This is my first product from Fenty Beauty. I've been trying to support more Black-owned makeup brands lately, so I purchased this from Sephora. This is called their Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer. This is the shade 01 Amber. I saw this shade and I knew I had to have it. I love a really cool tone contour. They just look really natural on my skin tone. I have previously been using the Anastasia Fawn contour stick, which is a similar shade to this, but this is so beautiful. It's not nearly as pigmented, which is actually a huge pro for it. It's just a lot easier to work with. Like, I can just dip a brush in it, and it's what I used as my contour today, and just blend it in. I feel like with a contour stick that's super pigmented, you kind of have to be sparing with it, and it's just harder to blend out. I don't think it looks as seamless, and it can just catch on texture. But this is more of like a dewy formula, but it's not super oily feeling. Like, it's just like a natural finish, and it just blends out beautifully. I am so impressed with this. Like, I was not expecting this to wow me as much as it has, but I definitely want to look into getting some more shades of this because I just put it on today and was obsessed with it. They did also just release cream blushes. If you guys have tried the Fenty cream blushes and like them, let me know because maybe I'll try those too. Moving on to eye favorites. This is another product that's new to me, but I used enough to know that I really enjoy it. The Josephine Cosmetics Eye Dazzler. I used this in my Oma Beauty video that just went up. This is the shade Elaine, which is a pretty champagne. It has both a gold and silver reflect to it. I think the packaging of this is so cute too. I've been wanting to try these forever. I finally picked them up, and I definitely want to get more shades already. I find that the perfect way to use this is to just use the doe foot applicator that it comes with. Don't use your finger or brush. I did try that in the Oma Beauty video, and one of the eyes just got like a little bit chunky and foiled looking. So if you want it to be smooth, just do that technique. Like, that's what I did on my lid today, and let it dry, and it wears beautifully. It does not flake, it doesn't smudge or crease or crumble off like a lot of glittery eyeshadow products can. So I'm really impressed with this, and got my eye on some more shades of this. And I also had to mention the Juvia's Place palette that I've been using lately. This is the Magic Mini. I feel like this is such a fun palette because you have like half of it is warm and half of it is like very cool blue tone. So if you wanted to just round off your collection with a nice array of shades, it's a great way to do so. I was really interested in these because I don't have a ton of like blue green eyeshadows, but I also like having basics in a palette, and you get some pink, some gold. It's just like a little bit of everything, and these formulas are incredible. They feel so high-end, and they're 20 bucks for the majority of these palettes. This is the mini version, but to me it just looks like a regular pan, so I'm guessing the non-minis have some pretty big pans. I do get a lot of use out of this for every day, even though it does have some more bright shades. I just love it, and I'm definitely gonna pick up another palette from Juvia's Place. It's just so hard to decide. They have a lot of beautiful colorways. Juvia's Place is also another black-owned brand, by the way. All right, my last two eye products are lash favorites of the month. First are Kiss Lashes. This is, I believe, a new collection. It's called their Lash Extensions collection. This is the style classic. As you can tell, I've completely cut them in half, but this style is so pretty. If you have like a rounder eye shape, or you like lashes that are more like thicker on the outside and sort of flare out, you would love these. They're really flattering on my eyes because they are round, so it makes them look more of like a cat eye shape, which I personally prefer. And they just look really natural. The band is nice and thin, and I just like to pop these on the outer corner. It's like an everyday, just really easy, natural looking lash. They do look like really natural, the way that the fibers are created, put on. I don't know, they're just really nice lashes. And the next are these lashes that I picked up from Amazon. I believe it was only like $6 for 5 pairs of these lashes. The brand is Dye Silk. I will link them below. But anyway, 2 of them are currently missing out of here. I have a pair of them on today. These look pretty dramatic and crazy, but I cut them like basically in half. I like to cut my lashes a lot because I don't like the feeling of having them like all the way on the inner corner. These I wouldn't say are a great lash if you're looking for something more natural and easy. They do have a thicker band, so they're harder to blend into the eyes, and they can just be like a little bit hard to stick on the inner corner. But I really like these if I'm just playing around with makeup and I just want to like put on a lash. Really affordable and fun. If you do like a more dramatic lash, I think you would love these. The style is really pretty, and I think they look really high quality as well for the price. My last makeup favorite are the Bare Minerals. These are called their Mineralist lipsticks. These formulas are like unlike any lipstick I've ever tried before. My favorite shade, which I have on today, is Insight. These are truly a weightless lipstick. Like if you don't like having any sort of texture or weird feeling, anything on your lips, you would love these. The shade is so nice. It just feels so smooth. They're so pigmented and just even on the lips. Like I can't describe how good these are. I feel like you just have to try them. They're a great everyday lipstick. Like even if you have dry skin, which I usually do have on my lips, they don't accentuate it. They just smooth and plump your lips and make everything look great. I definitely recommend these. I think they're a really great, unique formula. All right, almost done here. I just have like a few wild card wellness favorites. I wanted to mention the CBD oils that I use. The first one is the Charlotte's Web. This is the 100 milligram, I believe. No, that's a lot. This is 43 milligram, which this one is really pricey, but Charlotte's Web I feel like is the most high quality CBD oil that I've tried. It's really effective. I do notice the calming effects of it. This is just the plain olive oil formula. They do have different flavors. I would suggest a flavor. I don't mind this one. It does have like a little bit of a hemp taste. It's not the best. It's not horrible though. The other one is if you want a little bit more of a low dosage, a lot more affordable, this is Jupiter. Their CBD drops. This is mint, so it tastes really nice. These are 30 milligrams per dropper, 900 milligram bottle. Really nice, similar effects, just like a little bit more toned down as compared to the Charlotte's Web one. This would be a good like nighttime and this would be a good daytime. I mix them up depending whatever I want to use, but I do recommend and really enjoy the quality of both of these. My body favorite of the month is the Beneath Your Mask Heal Whipped Skin Souffle. I mentioned this in my Black Owned Brands video. This stuff is like unreal how good it is. It's really hard to describe. It's this beautiful whipped consistency. It's really rich and you need like the smallest amount. It goes such a long way. This is so incredibly soothing and healing on the skin. I don't know how to put into words how great this is, but I think it's totally worth the money. It's so luxurious. The scent of this is like the best thing I've ever smelled. And this is my second tub of it. I will definitely repurchase this when I run out. So unique. I've really never tried anything that's this luxurious feeling and soothing and healing on the skin. I also usually get like irritation on my legs from shaving, like I think they call it strawberry skin. This helps me so much with that. So if you have a similar problem, try this after you shave and you will not be disappointed. Lastly, I wanted to mention a nail favorite. I am wearing, ignore the swatches. I am wearing static nails today, which are what I'm gonna mention. So these are reusable pop-on manicures. So I usually don't get my nails done. It's not something I like go out and do regularly, and also because, you know, nail salons have been closed. So if you're just like doing something at home that's really easy, static nails are amazing. These are, I don't think they have them on their site anymore. These were like an old pack that I had. I just love how like easy they are to put on. Literally all you do is stick glue on the nail and then on your natural nail and then just push them on. They do come in different sizes and you can reuse them. I love ordering from them because when I go to like the drugstore, they don't have a ton of like natural looking fake nail style. I feel like for some reason they're always like kind of crazy or sparkly, but if you just want something simple, beautiful, really high quality, really recommend these. Oh, these are the Fetish shade. I like the almond shape, which is basically, it just looks like an almond. I feel like they elongate my fingers. They also have every other shape. They have coffin shape, round, square, whatever you prefer, they got them. And I just ordered 2 packs of these just to have like a really basic nude nail on hand. All right guys, that was it for my things I've been loving lately. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did. It really helps me out. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love for you to join me. Thank you again for watching. Let me know in the comments below something you've been loving lately. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Bye.